am doing my presentation on ways to travel without hurting your pocket. Did you know 84% of millennials have based their road trips or flight trips off of someone else's vacation pictures or videos via social media? Have you ever wanted to travel or have traveled somewhere because of the pictures and videos? I have. I am here to inform you how to travel and I'm wanting you to have more experiences than just staying in your hometown, because I know a lot of people that do, while not hurting your pockets. So my credibility is I want to provide you helpful advice to travel, because I have traveled for the past, I have four and a half years of college with my own money and I've been doing my own financing since I was 17 years old. In the meantime, I have traveled to 38 states and London on my own money. So I'm gonna start out with flying, because I know some people want to fly to get there faster because they want to spend time in that place or area longer. So for flights, did you know you can book flights on a Tuesday around 6 p.m. and a lot of times Tuesday around 3 p.m. and they can be cheaper, or book a flight 6 weeks in advance. I know sometimes I would book flights months and months in advance, because a lot of times you would think booking it too close to it is gonna skyrocket, but it doesn't sometimes. Or you can use a couple websites called skyscanner.com or hopper.com, in which you would just type in the information and they would come up, and they might be cheap. There's been a couple of flights I've seen from Kansas City to Portland, Oregon, that's about $50, which that's pretty cheap for a round trip. I don't have very much for flying because I personally don't do it that much. I like to drive for my destinations. So I have quite a few apps that you can download for that. So you can get the roadtripper.com, and it's like an itinerary for the road trip. You can go put in your destination, it'll show you how long it'll get there with traffic and stopping. Then it can also show you where the gas is, where lodging is, and your area of destination, and food along the way to your road trip destination. You can also get gasbuddy.com, which sometimes Google doesn't have all the gas stations around with their prices. This will. They will have all their prices, and most of the time they'll have the prices to where they are cheaper at the top of the list for the area and how far they are from each other, and it will also give you directions to the gas station without canceling out if you are using Maps or Google Maps or any other form of directions. You can get Dyrt and Boondocking. They both work around the same. For Dyrt, you can find campsites for cost and no cost. The cheapest I've stayed has been $6. There are also free ones, and that's what Boondocking is for. Boondocking will show you places you can camp or car park. So if you want to park your car and stay in your car, which I do that if I don't bring my tent because it's cheaper, it'll show you those places for free or close to free. You can also find other places you can go camping or park your car at National Forest lands, Walmart parking lots, For Walmart parking lots, they do ask you to at least let the supervisor or manager know if you are staying. Otherwise, you might get the police called on you, so just let someone know. You can also refer back to the Boondocking and Dirt app, and then rest stops. You can stay at rest stops for free. There's a gas station. There is a restroom inside most, if not all, of rest stops. Just do your research before you stay because some are very sketchy. So stay safe on your travels. So I also use the Booking.com app if I decide not to go camp or car park. So this app, if you put in your area of destination, you can find cheap or not cheap. They will show you the reviews, every review on like Yelp and all that. They'll show it on their star ratings. They'll do all of the stuff for COVID, of what's going on there, for what's open, what's not open, what you're allowed, what you're not allowed. They also will, Booking.com, I love it. I'm selling you something now. So that's what you can do with Booking.com. For Airbnb, it's where you can, if you don't want to stay in a hotel or motel, you want to stay somewhere for cheap or cheaper, or if you want to stay in a really nice place, it will show those as well. I know I booked myself a cabin with me and a couple of my friends for graduation in 4 weeks. So we are staying in that cabin for $93 a night, and it is pretty cheap because we get the whole cabin, not just a room. So a lot of times you do have to look and see. Sometimes they're only allowing one room, but other times they're allowing you the whole place plus more. So you can look into that. There are plenty of ways to travel for cheap. You just have to look into it. I do recommend getting these apps if you would like, but there's also a lot more out there. That's just what I use. So if there are different ways, if you fly, there are probably a lot more apps. I just don't know. I don't have that information because I don't do it. I'm not credible in that area. But for driving, I have a lot of the resources. There's a lot of resources out there. So honestly, always do research before you go. So that's how you travel on a budget.